25 de septiembre de 2017. 4:50 a.m. Woke up extra early to get everything done. Today's gonna be wild. 5:36 a.m. As I wait for Rick and Mom to come to the car, I listen to Anderson .Paak and Jesus' music, lo más que puedo, as it is the only music I'll get to listen to without interruption in a while. 5:58 a.m. Rick and I wait in the back line, Mom in the bar line. They are both long, but the plan is being executed. 6:20 a.m. A good ukulele or some sort of instrument wouldn't be bad right now. It could bring some cheer to the people that are frustrated. 6:23 a.m. As I wait on the line, I hear the man behind me say that schools might have to be open till summer, maybe even some holidays. No me estaría raro. At this pace, a lot of time will be lost. 6:26 a.m. A lady behind me won't stop complaining about every single fucking thing. She's getting annoying as fuck. 6:49 a.m. The sun comes out and I must say it's beautiful. Dad told us there might be rain today. Hopefully there isn't. I wouldn't mind a day full of sun after so many with rain. 7:52 a.m. The ice factory died. No ice. I think a woman even had a stroke. Straight craziness. Now we are on the line for Kmart to open. This is turning into chaos. The island was clearly not ready for this. 8:10 a.m. The sun attacks my face. This motherfucker better open fast. 10:58 a.m. Finally got home. Mission failed. Ice maker died. No ice. Kmart. No coolers nor anything we needed. Went to Pep Boys. Nothing we could use either. Came to Mom's office. Everything was fine. That's good. Ate at BK. Tummy full. Good. I was getting grumpy. Mom got the idea to take the ice we got from BK and take it to Abuela Gladys for her insulin. We did. While Mom and Rick went to Mr. Special to buy some essentials, I went to National to see if there were any coolers or big water cans. I failed. Nothing found. Went back to Mr. Special. Told Mom I found nothing. But that Tiki Barbecue was open. Maybe we could buy food for Abuela Gladys. Saw a student of mine. She was fine. Brought me joy. Had to hug her and tell her to take care. She did the same. Went to El Arquelio to see if Paola was there. She wasn't. Went to Abuela's to see if she wanted some Tiki Barbecue. No te preocupes, mijo. Silvia me hace almuerzo. Yo le hago un arroz con habichuela y papa frita. Bendición. Te amo. Gracias por todo, Silvia. Went back to Mr. Special. But Mom met me halfway. On the way home, we stopped at Smart Dollar with the hope of there being coolers or big water cans. No luck. Fuck. Finally came home. The waiting lines at unopened gas stations at stores, restaurants, and banks are eternal. The chaos created by this disaster is unlike anything I'd ever seen. Not even Georgia's nor the recent countrywide blackout compare. The people are going crazy, and it is all out of fear and desperation. I don't blame them. I'm a little afraid too, but we gotta keep calm and use our resources wisely. It's all about survival. I know many wish to have comfort, but you gotta stay calm. Right now, what keeps me uneasy is Dad. He left with Era, one of our vecinos, and some of her people, to see the situation in Santa Isabel. Hopefully he'll be able to see Abuela Luz, and he'll be able to get back here without any problems. But right now, although I'm tired as fuck, my mind doesn't stop. It runs fast with thoughts of the worst. I guess all I can do is hope for the best, and when he arrives, give him a big hug and kiss. 11:14 a.m. The trash was finally taken away. All those troncos and around or over 20 bags of leaves, trees, and branches, all gone. But more bags will be put there for next week's pickup. Rick and I might get to work again later today or early tomorrow. 11:23 a.m. First day I got to listen to some of my favorite music. Don't get me wrong, I like listening to the classics that are used for AM radio intermissions, but I needed some Nas, Gorillaz, Anderson .Paak, Vince Staples, and Doom in my life. It felt great. Might sound cliched as fuck. But it's like the old saying goes, you don't know what you got till it's gone. 12:08 p.m. This whole event has made me realize how much I spend on stuff I don't need. God, I gotta manage my money better. 12:10 p.m. Just finished reading a couple of comics. I'm down to 23, but no worries, there's plenty more to read. But for now, my eyes rest because today's work hasn't finished yet. 1:06 p.m. Woke up to the sounds of mom talking to the kid down the street. Apparently, the young dude and his buddy have a yard cleaning business, so they're gonna cut down the big pieces of trees we've worked on with their gas saw. I believe it's the trees for $60 or $80. Not a bad deal considering the work. Mom will most likely want to give them $100. We've got around $260. I wanted to save those for the real essentials: food, water, ice, gas. I hope Mom has plans to get more money, because that will leave us quite a few bucks short. 1:13 p.m. God Almighty. The saw cutting has begun, and that annoying sounds drive me crazy. But it also gives me some ease. Mom will finally stop complaining about having to cut those damn trees down. 1:20 p.m. I look at the young dudes take down the trees, and I learn that their work is all about teamwork and security. And noise. Lots and lots of noise. But they're good at it, and that's all that matters. 1:25 p.m. One fun fact that Mom forgot about when she hired the young guys was all the clothing had up dry. God knows how much wood debris and dirt landed on the clean clothes. 1:30 p.m. Mom says that old people like to talk a lot. From my experience with her today, I think it's safe to say she's getting a little old. 3:19 p.m. Rick, Mom, and I just finished cleaning the backyard with the saw dudes. It took a lot of teamwork to get that shit done. We threw the trees and branches to the mountain in our backyard. Now we let nature do its work. The guys asked for 60, we gave them 100. Mom and Dad better have a plan to recuperate that money. At this rate, 160 don't make up for much. Now we take showers. We're going out. Hopefully we'll find a cooler. Afterwards, we'll buy our dinner. It's been a long day so far. It has yet to end. 3:41 p.m. As I take a shower, I look at the dirt flowing down and joining with the water, my red filled with pained hands, and I say to myself, don't worry, it all means you're doing right. 3:43 p.m. Dad just arrived from Santa Isabel with good news and bad news. Good news is Abuela's fine. Bad news is she barely has water to shower, and Santa Isabel was basically demolished. As many other towns, trees all over the place, there are still flooded areas, people lost their homes, and there are barely any spots open to sell any form of resource, be it food, water, ice, health kits, you name it. It's really fucked up. Santa Isabel was a 50-50 town. One side was getting poor and the other rich. Right now, one could say they are a bit equal. But when things slowly recuperate, I bet the poor side will get even more poor. 3:49 p.m. Something I've learned my entire life, based off experience of course, is that old people really don't like to leave their homes. My abuelas are like that, especially Abuela Luz. Even in these dire times, where she is having to kneel to take a shower, she does not want to leave her home. Dad offered her to come home, en lo que la cosa se recupera, but she didn't want to. She always says she doesn't want to bother any people. I bet that was her excuse this time. 3:53 p.m. Dad told us that Teodito and his family went to see Abuela on Sunday and that they suffered a near-death experience. Apparently, as they drove down Calle, a rock slide almost fell on them. That shit's crazy as fuck. I bet right now they must have some sort of PTSD, or at least some terrible nightmares. 3:56 p.m. The fam and I are already working on tomorrow's plan. So far, Rick and I will buy 2 bars of ice, while Mom and Dad go to work, if they must. 4:18 p.m. Didn't get to see Lanny today. I wonder how she is. I wonder if she'll really leave to San Juan tomorrow or Wednesday. That worries me a lot. She's got savings. I don't want her to risk her life just to check if her job is operating. She can survive with her savings. The people at her job have to understand that we're dealing with a crisis. 4:23 p.m. They say that if you don't turn on the car at least once a day, it can suck the life out of the battery. I go to the car and turn it on in times like this. We can't afford to spend money on a car battery when we still have one that's perfectly alright. 5:45 p.m. I've had a cat and mouse game all afternoon with a freaking fly. Motherfucker beat me. I tried to squash it while I read comics and waited for Dad and Rick to arrive with the food. But when they arrived, I sat to eat. And when I finished, I opened the door to talk to Dad, and the motherfucker flew away. Good news is, I didn't have to dirty one of my notebooks. Bad news is, I felt defeat. 5:55 p.m. I've always said that gluttony will be the death of me. My dinner consisted of 20 BK tenders, 2 BK fries, and a Whopper Jr. But in times like this, no amount of food that could be ruined can be left to waste. 6:06 p.m. Dad shows me pictures of what happened in Casa de Abuela. It is devastating. What hurts me most is that el palo de mango, a family relish, which to me had some sort of spiritual connection to Abuelo Eddie, was destroyed by a neighboring árbol de quenepas. To see the image is painful. I bet seeing it live must feel worse. Dad mentions the destruction a lot. He says it is depressing to see. I bet he feels depressed too. His hometown, a land filled with childhood memories, will never be the same. One thing is to see the change due to improvements. Another is to see it destroyed by forces one cannot control. 6:26 p.m. Mom told me Mari will come with me and Rick to buy some ice tomorrow. I'm a little scared about this. I don't know how much ice my car can handle. But most of all, Mari and all my cousins who are her siblings can sometimes ruin plans by not being punctual. Let's see what happens. Hopefully all will go well. 7:02 p.m. I wonder how my primitas must feel. Surely most of them have little to no idea of what they're living through. Some might not even remember what they are living through. Some might vaguely remember. I just hope they're all right. Someday we'll talk about this. Remember what we can. See the images, hear the sounds, probably laugh, probably cry. It'll be something that, other than our blood and love, will unite us. 7:18 p.m. Abuela Luz always tells us to call her when we arrive home. She must be really sick, 'cause Dad and Teodito never had the chance, due to their circumstances. 7:20 p.m. It's another hot night. It freaking sucks. Good news is, the water seems to be here to stay. Let's hope it does. 8:13 p.m. I sit here in one of Mom and Dad's rocking chairs and I listen to the radio where the mayor of Añasco talks about the status of his town, the devastation and the healing. So far the healing has been hard, but the devastation was great. Lost houses, dead animals, and as always, lots of trees in the streets. Añasco is a very rural town, so there was bound to be lots of loss and a very difficult healing process. But with work and togetherness, I bet the mayor and his people will recover the town they once knew. 8:29 p.m. I try to sleep, but my mind runs wild. I think about tomorrow's missions over and over again, and in the multiple ways it could be executed. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. Rick and I pick up Mari, do the line, pick up the ice bars, take one to Abuela Gladys, come home through Minillas, take Mari to her home, come back home, and deal with our stuff. That would be the perfect execution. I just hope nothing goes wrong. I can't afford another disappointing morning like today's. 8:39 p.m. It's been a few days since I last jerked off, probably since the day of the storm. Maybe if I do it, I'll be able to calm down and get some sleep.